Hey guys, here's a quick leadership midweek thought. A wise man once said that culture will eat strategy for lunch on any given day. And that's so important because culture is the driving force in any organization. And yet, sometimes it's the least thing that we pay attention to. And so I just want to encourage you to start thinking about culture first. Why? Because it shapes everything else in your organization. It shapes the way you make decisions. It shapes the way you handle conflict. It shapes ultimately even the perception that your customers are going to have about your business and the product that you're selling. If your culture is not great, your employees are not going to enjoy being there, and if the employees don't enjoy being there, ultimately it's going to spill over to the customers. They say that before your customers love your organization and your product, they have to fall in. Your employees have to fall in love with your environment and your product and everything that you have to offer. So I want to encourage you leaders out there to think about the culture. And one of the ways you could find out what your culture is to just ask your employees what they think about your organization. And some of the things that they're going to tell you may not be so kind, but that's great feedback. All feedback is great, especially the negative feedback. When the customers come back and they tell you that they don't like your product, I think it's great because it gives you an opportunity to fix that. And beyond that, there's also another element, because if you don't create the culture that you want, culture will be created by default, and we call that an accidental culture. And that can become toxic and very difficult to reverse. And so just a midweek thought around leadership, and those of you who are in a position to steer the ship of your organization in some direction, I want to encourage you to start thinking about the culture. It's the engine of your organization. We have great organizations in the world that you can learn from. We have Chick-fil-A, where the employees love it, and ultimately the customers love it. You got Southwest Airlines. You got in our context. Nando's and all the different organizations that are great. I'm not promoting anybody. I'm just, highlighting some of the organizations that have a great culture that you can learn from. We got Faithhill Church. I better throw myself in there. Man, we got a great culture, and both our staff and people that come to our services, they just love being there, and they love being a part of what God is doing around us. Why? Because the culture, the environment is just so healthy. And it's intentional, it's by design. And so I want to encourage you to think about that and read up on it and do some research and study and encourage yourself to build a culture that's going to be healthy for your staff, your employees, and ultimately your customers. God bless you. Talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.